Just picking this up here. Now I'm on. So
Check 1 2.
microphone check 1 2. What is this? You got something to say too? The Dani Mo? Is that how you say it?
Dani Mo's napping on the table like a little kid that ate too much without even eating.
Well, I'm here with Neon Ninja Facade. We just finished doing an LCW show, formerly Lancaster Championship Wrestling.
Star Wars Christmas.
Uh,
Don't get sued by the big conglomerate Disney.
They get sued for saying Star Wars.
Oh man, they'll find you.
I mean, I'm a Marvel guy.
Find you.
I'm a Marvel guy, and you know, I mean, I can say Marvel all day, but I know they're going to be hunting for you as soon as you give out spoilers to their movies.
You can't.
Give a red dot to that forehead. So, also to let you know, if you hear noise on this recording, we're at the Your Place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
All these rapscallion wrestlers hooting and hollering and heaving and holding.
Yeah, I don't like these wrestlers at all. I don't even know how Neon Ninja would do for backwards wrestlers. You know, I think he's too funky.
I've wrestled a lot in West Virginia. I've done a lot of work in North Carolina. I do some Tennessee here and there. And, you know, it's a shock to the system when they first see me. You know what I mean? They think I'm Jeff Hardy wannabe, Raven wannabe, some freaky rocker or something like that. And then they see me in the ring, and they're like, okay, I see you.
Are you seriously Raven?
Yeah,
Raven
had those like braids at one point. I think it was maybe WWE-ish time.
Yeah, but he's so dark. You're so light.
Look, man, I can't. What they do behind closed doors is a little bit like trying to ration out what they see me as. So, you know, you can't put 2 and 2 together and try to make 4.
I can't see you sitting in the corner talking about woe is me and what about me, what about Raven, and quote the Raven nevermore. I mean, you're just so hyped and the kids love you.
Try to stay hype before the hype, man.
Well, you got Surge drinks, you do artwork, and you're just all around good guy.
Yeah, I try to maintain a positive mental attitude. You know, enjoy a Surge toast now and then. Most of the time in the ring with some good friends.
How did you bring Surge back?
Man, it's been the story of the whole Surge thing is about October of 2014. Surge came back on the market a little bit before that. And I had a match with Matt Seidel.
Good guy.
Yeah, awesome dude. And it was the first time we had ever wrestled together. And I asked him, you know, if we have a good match here, do you mind having a little Surge toast at the end of this match? He's like, sure, dude. And,
that's Matt Seidel too.
And like, you know, we've crossed paths before, so you know we're real friendly with each other. So he was down for it, and sure enough, that was one of the most fun I've ever had in a match. Because not only was he like super excited for every little thing that we were hoping to get accomplished, but you know the match turned out great as well. And so we had that Surge toast, and at the time you could only order it online. Through Amazon, and not even Amazon Prime, because you know they got the Monopoly game going. But you know, I'm a subscriber. I'll pay that money. I'll get that 2-day shipping. I'll get that Prime pantry. Even though they renewed my Amazon Prime like 3 days before Christmas and took $100 out of my account that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yes. Yes.
That was a hurt piece. But so then. That was the first time I had Surge in about, 4 or 5 years since it was taken off the shelves, and it was pretty insane.
I think I was in high school or graduated high school, because I graduated 2001, and I remember Surge being in there, and I remember WCW had it, and the next you know it was off the shelves.
Yeah.
Like, they went off the shelves after they closed up.
Yep.
I used to drink that like more than Mountain Dew because I hated Mountain Dew.
Me too. I liked Mountain Dew, but then Surge came out. It was curtains. The commercials, the ad campaign for Surge was bonkers. If you ever seen it,
yes.
Google some of the ad campaigns for Surge where they're talking about feed the rush and like just completely being bombarded with Surge and caffeine, and as a kid, I used to drink Surge so much. I drank Surge one day after a long day of skateboarding, a little neon ninja riding the skateboard, and I passed out. I went into like sugar shock, and I fell, and I just laid there on my Gram's kitchen floor. And my mom asked me if I was on drugs. I was 13 years old, and my mom asked me on drugs because I like passed out, and then I ate a muffin like a fiend, like that never ate any food before because I was just so hungry and like depleted, and my body just like freaked the hell out. So, but anyway, the whole thing with the Surge, I haven't had it in about 5 years at least, to say the least, and you know, that's the first time I had it, and so a couple of times here and there I had. A Surge. I had one in December of that year because I had a match with this guy from Pittsburgh. It was a ladder match, and I'm a little bit. A lot of people know me for doing ladder matches and kind of hardcore extreme rules type stuff.
That's how I met you. Was a faux Money in the Bank match at now defunct UWE.
Yeah, that was an insane match too. Bunch of guys, bunch of bodies, and a lot of people for me to flip, jump, dive, and all that kind of crazy stuff.
What is this, dodgeball?
Yeah, dodgeball. Hey.
Well, honestly, can I catch that match with you and Matt Seidel on YouTube?
Yes, you can actually.
Okay.
Remix Pro Wrestling, great company out of Marietta, Ohio.
Okay.
Long history with them. Been there since day one, and I'm actually one of their main figures there. But that match with me and Matt Seidel is free online, along with a couple others. Me and the first round, me and AJ Styles ever locking up. Myself and Chris Sabin had a match there. It was really crazy. As the sun went down in the summer, it was outside, and literally the sun was setting and getting darker as the match progressed. And it was kind of scary and dangerous because the wind or the moisture in the air was dropping. And so the canvas they had was a vinyl canvas, and the type of style wrestling I do is not conducive to a wet floor, canvas, ropes, anything like that. Yeah. So it was tricky icky. But so yeah, I had back to the Surge thing. I had the Surge. I only had it maybe like 6 times like in my life since that first time. But I had one for that place in Pittsburgh, which we actually won Match of the Year and Feud of the Year for that match. I tried to give this guy my finisher, the driver that I do, pretty much a Michinoku driver, through a ladder that was bridged between guardrail and the apron. I tried to bust this metal ladder in half and kill both my groin and his spine at the same time.
And our food is coming, in the YP area. He wrestled a match earlier tonight. I forget the guy's name.
Matt Riddle. UFC star.
Yeah.
Heck of a guy. But this here would be mine and Dani Mo's Christmas dinner. We are celebrating Christmas here at your place.
Yeah, and also they know in the header of this show that it's going to be dated, so this is Christmas Day, even though this is going to be released in January or whenever. Dani Mo's leaving us.
She's got business to attend to. Maybe
more Surge sales.
Napkins.
Oh yeah. Well, we're in a secluded area.
Yeah.
So the whole napkin thing is gone.
We're holed up in a secret lair of your place, conducting an interview, eating some chicken tenders and chicken wings, getting our meat situation up. Our meat game is up.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, you passed out in the kitchen from Surge, and you kind of stayed away from Surge. But what made it for you to have Surge as far as putting it with Neon Ninja and the merchandise and everything?
Well, I feel a little bit of.
You almost pseudo died.
Yeah, I think it's made me see the light. I think it I had a come to Jesus moment there, if you will. Jeebus, yeah.
Yeah.
And
in certain shows you can't say Jesus. Even though this is my show, how some people get a problem when you say Jesus. I don't get it though, but
I'm
it's
a
actually
Jesus lover. This is Jesus' birthday, and I'm praising him right now over some chicken wings. Thank you for allowing me to eat these chicken wings with all my teeth and all my hands. was Dani cuts and eats her chicken tenders with a fork and knife. It's amazing.
Hey, wait. I eat chicken tenders with a fork and knife because I don't like getting things on my fingers.
This is no judgments here. I'm just making observations for the people at home without visual stimuli.
Now,
anyway, this Surge thing.
Yeah.
So
we're still talking about Surge, so
I could go all day. But this
no problem.
This podcast, this interview is going to be Surge based, pretty much telling the whole story of Surge.
It's going to be not sponsored by Surge, even though I'm going to be drinking it when I do the pre-tapes.
Coca-Cola, you know where to find me at One Facade on all the social gimmicks. And I know you guys know what gimmicks means. Come find me, send me Surge.
Yeah, I got to shoot a picture with a can, and I'm going to tag you in it, or somehow, in order for them to get the notice and everything.
Hopefully.
But
so
you're a skateboarder. I got to get back to Surge a little bit.
The big thing was that really put the Surge on the map, and everybody was excited to see it. The thing that really put it over was the following Remix Pro event was me and AJ Styles, the rematch. That was the big one. Because he beat me once, and this time, you know, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit wiser, and I had his number. But I was looking to have the Surge celebration in a victory type stance, but as fate may have it, there were some nefarious antics involved on behalf of some other fellows that I had some former business with in Remix. So they put their hands on Dani, they tried to attack her. The Young Bucks come in, running for the save. Dani Mo showed the world that she actually has some wrestling moves and she has some skills in the ring, shocking all of us. And a super kick party ensued.
Really?
Followed by the Arashikage driver on these henchmen, and followed by a Surge party. So on that day, me, Dani, and we became honorary Bullet Club members as we celebrated with a giant Surge party and a giant Surge toast. And when I say Surge toast, let me rephrase.
Is it like Stone Cold Steve Austin style?
Oh, hell yeah. So every time this has ever happened, we've had people shotgun these beers to us into the ring, clanging, boom, too sweet, throwing them into the crowd, more, boom. We went through like 2 cases that time. It was insane. And so that and we were bringing, that really put it on the map because we were selling Surge at that point. Kansas Surge, and you can find the Facade Surge shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/facade. It has basically a Surge logo, but it says Facade, and you know, kids love it, grannies love it, and it's an awesome thing. Well, it's actually transitioned into international territory now to people that don't know about Surge, because we've been making headway. The first time I was in Russia was last December,
yes, and
I took some over there, and I introduced it to the boys there after the first time a successful showing in Russia, which, you know, I'm blessed to have such an opportunity. And so then I went back this following September, and they were asking, I already brought the Surge, but they were asking, did you bring Surge, bro? Did you bring Surge? And I'm like, for sure I did.
They say it like that, was like, did you bring Surge? You bring Surge?
The bro has to be on there too.
Did you say you bring Surge, bro? You know.
No, they're close, but you know, the bro.
Oh yeah.
Everybody bros. It's a thing.
You mad, bro?
Mexican wrestlers, Russian wrestlers, Canadian wrestlers, we all bro. We're all brothers, we all bro. So it's funny. But so St. Petersburg tasted the Surge, Moscow's tasted the Surge. Now we've been clinking away in Canada. Coca-Cola, you don't sell Surge in Canada. What's up with that? So we've been bringing it to the people. Ottawa, London, Toronto. Everybody loves the Surge everywhere we go. So,
oh man,
I mean, it's a thing now. So
you have been everywhere, and also TSA hasn't stopped you for Surge.
They've asked me what it was, and I just said it was an energy drink, and they allowed it. It wasn't aerosol.
No.
That was the big thing. But see, the thing with TSA, they stopped me with my spray paint.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. But since it wasn't open, and
I had to take a smaller amount of Surge on the flight to Russia than I was able to carry anywhere. It was maybe like 4 or 5, but you know what I mean? Like, last time we went in Moscow, there's still plenty. We had one for me, one for Dani Mo, one for DJ Z, and one for our 3 boys, the Russian guys, Serge White, Ronnie Crimson, and Anton Derbin. And we all had a big Surge party in Moscow. And it was a great time. Was had out.
You know, DJ Z, his name Vamp Paris as a DJ, he inspired me to use a bit of his music for this podcast. So, you know, right now it serves as an intro music. And if not, then I'll let people know about it. But he's a very cool dude. I got to get part of this Surge party. Maybe LCW will let me have it. As far as you know, actually coming to the ring and having that party when you kick out a win one day.
One day.
But I will say this though, your Surge party is going to turn into the. It's kind of like parallel to the Juggalos with Fago.
It's funny you should say that as well, because on top of, you know, obviously growing up watching wrestling with Stone Cold, you know, Swig and Surge for the working man.
Shout out to the podcast.
So, I actually grew up listening to ICP in high school, going to ICP shows, going to the Gathering of the Juggalos, stuff like that. So that was all a thing, and I actually mentioned it to her one of these days when we were on the road. I'm like, it's funny how much, you know, literally I'm reliving my childhood now, not only with the Surge, vicariously, the Fago Armageddon with making it rain this Surge on all of the fans worldwide, I guess, now at this point.
Yeah, because honestly, you know, you just name drop countries, and for a guy who's in the indie wrestling scene, you're heard all over the world, but to the average quote unquote viewer or fan, you're not heard into the Connecticut wrestling known as WWE. But I think your career is done so much. You have so much freedoms to do what you do with the Surge. I know with WWE, you got to get licensing, or they probably got to tape your cans up. Not you, Danny. You had to tape your cans up and they throw them in the ring and be like facade energy drinks or whatever you want to call it.
Well, back in the day, if you remember, Surge was also sponsored by WWE, because there was some kind of advertisement or something I had that had actually X-Pac on there too.
I thought that was WCW. No, that wasn't Surge. That was another energy drink, and he would come out in these big green cans. Because I used to
YJ
drink those.
Stinger then?
No, it wasn't YJ Stinger. It was this German name of a company, and it would come out with energy drinks. The really, really tall ones were they weren't carbonated, and the small ones were, and they were supposed to give you energy. And I had it in college. Wow. So I remember my friends in high school and college, which is not far from each other. Whenever I came out with the cans, they would do the X-Pac music, like "Let's know it, X-Pac, dude." So I would have that, and that was it. But I don't think that was Surge. I know WCW did, and as I said before, when WCW, I saw that. And even when WCW closed their doors, I didn't see Surge anymore.
In WCW, yeah, that's funny how the way the world works, huh? Mm-hmm. It even made an appearance in WCW Mayhem, the video game. So Surge has even been in the video games.
Yeah, that was better than Backstage Assault by EA Sports, which we really don't talk about.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because THQ went to WWF at the time, and that's when they
sold them out.
Oh my goodness, No Mercy. It's been 14 years, and No Mercy is still played. I 64 by everybody.
Fun fact, I just got for Christmas from Dani Mo, WCW versus NWO World Tour.
I have that at home.
Yeah.
I like that game, and then when Revenge came up, it just took hold. The timeline for you fans, if you don't know, WCW versus the World.
That was the first, and you could tell it was.
Wait. That's the PlayStation one, right?
No, it was 64.
No. WCW versus the World was PlayStation. WCW versus NWO World Tour was N64.
Yeah, that was it.
Then you go to Revenge, which had more fans.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2000, which was okay, then No Mercy, which is lauded by everybody.
Yeah.
And then after that, they dropped the engine and nobody really played the games anymore.
And everybody just pretty much is like, nowadays, thankfully, we're all so hyper tech savvy that we have people that have hacked and modded the system where we can still do everything we want and more. But, you know, it's still fun to play on the OG system and controller.
You know, it's still funny that it's December now. I still haven't got WWE 2K16.
Also got that from Dani Mo for Christmas. She takes care of me very well. My little Santa's little helper over here.
She's so awesome, man.
She is.
I'm very jealous of her.
She the best.
Yeah, but also
I still go back and play that, you know. I actually dug up, before I got that, I was playing my PlayStation 3. It's backwards compatible with PlayStation 1 games now, so I dug up WWF.
So am I.
Yeah, WWF Attitude. I was playing that, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot how good and bad this was, because controls are broken, but it's still
the
fun.
claim sucks.
Uh-huh.
It did, and I think they went out of business, and that's when the THQ took over, because they didn't have fingers, they just had arms and paws and everything. But honestly, I want to ask you, because I never asked you before, but your start, like, how did you know you wanted to be a wrestler? Because you were a skateboard kid, and I guess you were an artist before you got into wrestling.
I mean, it's hard to say, like...
But what inspired you, like, just make you want to go?
I always thought I was a ninja, and I always thought to do like ninja type things, and I like to do tricks. So it kind of was. It was more, you know, an art form of my body. You know, doing tricks on a skateboard and like popping my friends, popping people, like look what I can do, kind of thing. And it's kind of like that on a grander scale. I mean, I watched wrestling growing up. Some of my first memories are like Hogan and Warrior.
One of my favorite matches, but
I cried, man. Hogan lost. I love Warrior.
You did?
Yeah, Hogan won. Or Hogan lost, and I love Warrior and Hogan, but I was a Hulk Hogan guy all the time.
I was a Warrior guy because he was so colorful.
Yeah, well, I mean, me too, but Hulk spoke to me, man. And I used to watch wrestling with my dad when I was a kid, and he passed away, and wrestling was the kind of thing that kind of kept me close to him. So
when did your father pass away?
When I was 7.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so like it was pretty young, and thankfully, like one of his friends, one of his real close friends, kind of took me under his wing, and he took me to wrestling shows all the time at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. So you know, wrestling was still like heavily involved in my life, and then you know, with the Attitude Era stuff like that. I was getting a little older, so me and my friends, we did some backyard wrestling. And I was actually in 2 different backyard leagues. Nothing too crazy that you would, you know, if you'd see on like TV, people making fun of like, you know, light tubes and all this crazy stuff. But
yeah, I was one of those guys.
I was known to jump off of the roof of someone's house, or like doing like 450s off of sheds and stuff like that.
Well, Mick Foley jumped off, was it 2-story or 3? A 2-story with an attic house and fell into like a mattress or something. But it was so famed that it kind of resurged his career.
Yeah, dude, love.
And then like a year later, he got thrown off top of the Hell in a Cell, which everybody knows about.
In Pittsburgh.
Yes, it was, and I was in Atlanta, Georgia when I saw that, and my jaw dropped because I was like, you cannot possibly do that to a human being. Like, just throw him off there and think he could live. And I met
off
Mick
the
Foley.
top and then through the cell, it's up.
Yeah, I met Mick Foley, and I'm just like, dude, you're like one of the most awesomest guys ever. You know, he's not the best looking in the business, not the most, but he's a very, very humble guy.
And that's what makes this business great. You don't have to be the best looking, although sometimes people might make you think otherwise nowadays. But
a good looking guy talking to me, saying you don't have to be the best looking in the business. That's gotta say miles.
I don't consider myself like it means good looking. I'm a pretty gnarly looking dude if anybody's ever seen me. But as I sit here eating chicken wings, Christmas dinner. Anyway,
with a Sith shirt or a Phantom Menace shirt.
This would be Darth Maul on the shirt. It's a Japanese Darth Maul shirt. You know, gotta put that over, and then
Sick.
Kylo Ren jogging shorts, jogging pants, whatever. Well, totally sithed out. Everybody's freaking out because I'm not wearing neon unlike that guy who's wearing a neon shirt like he's been in the gym all day and hanging out in the bar. But you know, no judgments here.
And shout out to Dani Mo who's wearing Zuba's pants, the '90s thing.
Zubaz, that's the thing, man. We live in the '90s. We're actually in a roundabout way sponsored by Zubaz, so she just got us hooked up on that. We got like 24 pairs of Zubaz. Shout out to Zubaz Nation. We just got our shipment in, our first shipment, and we got so hooked up that man, I don't even know. We got all the neons. She got all the leggings. It's great.
Well,
great stuff.
now you bring Dani Mo into the picture. I did want to have her make a shout out, but she's so reserved and everything. She's blushing more than bashful.
Giggles.
Disney Seven Doors.
Giggles.
Now, I'm going to ask this question. It's going to make her giggle more. How did you two guys meet?
Oh, can we come a little closer? Tell this story, all right? Come here. No, come here.
We got to get her. Dani. We always got to get the woman to tell the story because it's like more of the truth. Yeah, you can extend it.
You didn't have to tell it.
No, you go ahead.
Let's see if I can extend this cord a little bit.
Go on, tell this fantastical story. This storybook story.
Well,
You're good. I can pick you up. Go ahead.
I stalked this child for about a year.
Oh,
At the gym.
wait. Before you say anything, how many years ago was it?
About 2.5 now.
Really?
It'll be 3 years in April.
Okay, keep.
Oh, we were together.
Okay, keep going.
So, I joined Planet Fitness, and I would always see this dude with his dreads, and I'm like, who is that guy? And I'd be going to the gym with a couple of my girlfriends or a couple of my guy friends, and they're like, what are you doing? Because I'd always be like super creeping on them. And they're like, just go talk to him, just go talk to him. I'm like, no. And then I ended up moving away to Virginia
What
for
part?
about like the Danville area.
Oh, okay, northern.
Far away
Okay.
from anything fun.
Okay.
But I moved back, rejoined the gym. When I signed up, I asked the people that work there, does the guy with the blonde dreads still work out at the gym? And they're like, yes. I'm like, it's a win. So I went to the gym like about 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I would creep all day, every day. Like my friends that I worked with, my mom, my sister, her friends, all would spy for me if I wasn't at the
Oh
gym.
my God.
Send me pictures, Snapchats, text messages, or call me.
I've seen these documents.
I have these pictures on Instagram.
They exist.
They're on Instagram. And
So I know she's not lying.
like super creep. And I would do it myself, and my friends would all make fun of them. I won't say what my whole
Wait a minute.
Even my family knew I creeped on them.
Your friends made fun of you creeping or made fun of you having like for them?
No, not talking to me.
Not
Creeping on
talking.
me, but not talking.
Yeah, they're like, why don't you just talk to them? Like everybody would be like, just go talk to them. And I'm like, no.
And I wouldn't talk to her, although I thought she was cute, and I said similar type. I never creeped like that, but I told my friend who I worked out with that she was cute and everything like that, but I never actually talked to her because she always worked out with some guy, and I thought,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I thought this guy,
It's my friend.
he looked like exactly like CM Punk. I'm like, I hate CM Punk, I hate that guy. But it turns out that, well, he also said that, oh, that's not true. I just seen her kissing somebody, or I just seen him kissing a girl, and I'm like, you're just saying it, so I talk to her. Don't tell me this. I'm like, you're just rattling my chain, rattling my cage, pulling my tail, all those things. And but it turns out that it was really just a friend of hers, and it turns out that I didn't hate him, and he's one of my favorite friends of hers. But go on.
So he was literally the only guy in the entire gym that has never talked to me.
I was shy.
And I seen him all the time. At least 3 to 4 times a week I would see him. Because like sometimes when I'd get those text messages, I lived right down the street, so I would literally go to the gym.
Okay. So it's like
Just kinda
so it's like they call you and say, he's here, get to the gym, he's here. You just run to that is a very nice story. Now
But
he's
that's
at the
not even
gym.
the end of the story.
Yeah.
So I started talking to the people that work there more, trying to get a little bit more information about him, like, oh, is he a girlfriend, like, what's he into, this, that. because I would always see him talking to them before he left. And they give me something, they're like, oh, please not with anybody right now. And I'm like, okay, because at first, because he was the only guy that couldn't talk to me. Even his friend he went to the gym with would like do like a head nod at least. And I'm like, either he has a girlfriend or he likes guys. It's one of the
Really?
other. That's, yeah. But it turns out he's just very, 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 very shy. So one day, him and his friends were ending working out. So I was ending working out too. So I kind of followed behind them. And his friends went into the locker room. He went to the water fountain. And I almost didn't say hi. I went to go into the bathroom. I turned around and I said, I have to talk to him. So I went back around behind him and I tapped him on the shoulder and I introduced myself.
As Dani Mo?
He says Danny, I think I said.
Hi, I'm Danny. I see you here all the time. I'm like, hi, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you. She's like, oh, I see you.
What was your heart pumping out of your chest?
I was
like,
dying. I went into the locker room after I talked to him and I called my friend Kevin that he first didn't like. I'm like, Kevin, guess who I just talked to? And I freaked out. I had to call him right away because he actually stopped working out with me for a while, so I would talk to him. It's like, if you're not going to do it while I'm here, I'm going to not work out with you. So he stopped working out with me.
And I went out to the car where my friend was waiting because he was already waiting for me because I putz around. I take forever to do everything. He was waiting out there. He's like, "What'll take you so long?" And I'm like, "Dude, I just talked to the hot girl in there." And he's like, "What? You finally talked to her?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What'd you say?" And then, it's older. And then he's like, "Well, what? Then what?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And that was that.
this is turning into love connection. So you talked to him, and I guess you exchanged numbers. And
No.
You didn't?
No.
Hi,
It was
this
just
is my
hi,
name.
'cause I
Hi, bye, and walk
I
away.
think I
Yeah,
literally just like
that's
tapped
what that
him on the
was.
shoulder and I think we shook hands maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is
I
like
That's
was probably
totally what it was.
shaking. I don't know.
this
I
is like elementary school. It's like my
Totally.
friend likes you.
Yeah, if we could have passed notes, we probably would have done that before we even talked because it was like that.
You could have passed a friggin' notebook around if it wasn't for social media. But
I
like,
carried a note. I carried a book at the gym too.
so how long did it take for you to get his information?
So then, like, it was almost like 2 weeks
It was like
that I hadn't
almost
seen him
near
at
a
the
month.
gym.
Yeah.
Wow,
And I'm like, oh, great. So I talked to him, and now
heartbreak.
he changed his gyms, or he's not coming back. So then, my friend Kevin, he actually works for the Postal Service, and they had, like, discounted tickets to WWE. Because at this point,
Okay.
I literally know his life.
Honestly, on a note, I'm sorry, but you about to make my heart skip when you said postal service. I'm like, this guy where he lives and everything, right? But no, tickets to
I could
WWE.
have.
You could have actually. I thought that's what I actually, the way you positioned that, it totally sounded like something.
But yeah, discount tickets to WWE.
So it was like discounted tickets, and he's like, he likes wrestling. Why don't you ask him? This was close to Valentine's Day, wasn't it?
Whoa.
Or no, I wanted
March.
to talk. Yeah, this is right after Valentine's Day. Because originally I wanted to ask him out for Valentine's Day, but it was getting close to WrestleMania, and they were in Pittsburgh like a week or two. They were in
It's almost a
Pittsburgh.
month before.
This
Right
was
before.
New Orleans, WrestleMania 30.
No, this was at the Giant Stadium.
Oh, okay, 29. Yes.
13, yeah. So I never ended up asking him to do it because I finally got to see him again, and we were talking, and talking really, really, really close to me, and it was really awkward because he was like in my face.
I needed,
talking to me.
not in her face, but I was close. I broke that personal space boundary. I made sure that she knew that I was interested.
That doesn't happen to Baltimoreans because you get a fist in your face for that.
I knew she was feeling it, and I needed to let her know that I was feeling it. So, even though she got shy, but like she liked it that way. She'll put off like she was concerned, but that's what she wanted.
Okay.
So before I even got to ask that, he had brought up that he was going away for the WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, I was on WrestleCon that week.
And I think you're already going to the show.
Really?
You were already going to that.
I'm going to Dallas, Texas for WrestleMania.
I'd love
For
to
WrestleCon.
I'd love to do that again, but that's so far away. I almost went to the New Orleans one because well, yeah, some of the Russian guys were in town, and they were doing premieres of the Zombies vs. Wrestlers movie that I was in. So I was going to go down there because we were doing a loop of premieres like Cleveland, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, but I just wasn't able to make it down. But yeah, that was when because I did the syndicate shows and WrestleCon, like the Supercard and then WrestleCon right there, back to back.
So at that point when he's in my face, I got his number. He never got mine.
That's how I got supposed to do it.
So apparently he didn't think I was going to text him, but I literally got him and I texted him right away.
How fast?
Probably the second I got him.
Probably.
After I was working out.
Okay, so that was like an hour or two, or
Yeah.
Close.
okay.
And then he was going away, so when he come back, we planned to like hang out. He was working the one night, and we were gonna meet out for food afterwards. But I was like super sick. So
She still put it over like that she wanted to go. And I'm like, dude, I can't let you go out. You are dying.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm not ready to hang out. And then we tried another time, and it just didn't work out. So the one day I was like, I'm coming to your training.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do
with
anything.
you.
I'm going to train at the ring after the gym.
So I
She's
forced
like, I'm
myself
going with
in.
you. I'm like, okay.
And I went,
And then we talked at training, and like she sat and watched me do my thing with everybody else, and then we enjoyed a nice Chipotle dinner
which was
afterwards.
our first date.
Wow. So it just took a lot to talk to him. Okay, when was the first infatuation to Chipotle? How long of a time span was that?
I wasn't even a fan. I was actually kind of over Chipotle because through college
Stop.
track would be
Just stop.
would travel, and that's all we could ever eat. That could that could house like 2 busfuls of college students.
Yeah, we're like that with Waffle House when it comes to this wrestling.
So,
Like after shows at Waffle House, $10, get your belly full.
so
I eat Chipotle
I
twice a
wasn't a
week.
huge fan, but I mean, it was a date with him, so I was cool with it. And then
How far along was that? Like you first saw him and got infatuated. How much of a time span was
it
it?
was a year that I stalked him.
Yeah.
Hi,
Well,
here.
technically it was before.
No,
I
that's
even-
not even before she talked. Like from the time she talked to me, it was probably a month.
Okay, so the stalking was like a year. Your first infatuation.
But it might have been slightly longer than a year because I had moved away and then I came back. Slightly over a year.
Oh, okay.
Because I had moved away and when I came back, I was just like, oh man, that kid.
Well, for those who are just tuning into this podcast, Facade is not on the market. He has Dani Mo, which I think is his other half. You know, she dresses like him.
That was incidental. That's how we knew it was meant to be, because she would dress like me before we had even kind of connection. You know what I mean?
All it was is just colors, right?
It's colors, same style kind of stuff. Not completely, but like cutoffs and the like. But
Just wear cutoff and spandex every day.
So it just
but
it
the
wasn't.
neons, they were neon blondes before they were neon blondes.
So this is a neon Rocky and Adrian
A
here.
little bit.
So, you know, because I was thinking that you're the Neon Ninja, and she just saw you, and she got with you, and then she turned around and changed her style up for you. Which, this is great, because it's like, I dress like this anyway, just need to have matching colors.
Yeah. Well,
The
she
only
did.
addition would be these Zoom ads because I used to hate them.
I don't like sweatpants, period. I got a fear of
Well, they
sweatpants.
have shorts now.
I don't wear shorts.
All right.
You know, I don't have good
Not just
legs.
leggings. Sweet.
Hey, guy wearing leggings, that's a Paul's nature for you, you know, because the junk will be hanging out, and
You come to wrestling shows.
I'm not a wrestler.
All these boys are.
Okay, how appropriate is my junk to be hanging out?
If you're not performing, that is kind of a thing.
Yeah, I gotta wear some shorts
I
underneath
can
that.
stand up for the man on that one.
Might as well be doing the tight pants song that Jimmy Fallon does. But you know, you started in wrestling, you got into this. You know, Neon Ninja thing has been your whole life. Now, the one thing that
Well, it wasn't always like that's the thing too. Like whenever I first started, I was the suburban terrorist facade, or Michael the
God.
Bomber facade.
suburban terrorist.
Yeah, because like you know.
Is it after 2001?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Because like I'm on the streets. Guys are out. Ninjas and suburban terrorists aren't out killing people. They're going out doing graffiti, vandalism, and wreaking havoc. And it's kind of how I was growing up. You know what I mean? Whenever I was a kid, a mischievous little jerk. Spray painting stuff in the dark of the night.
That's so 80s.
But yeah, 80s, 90s. Yeah,
I'm with spray painting culture. You know, they had a video game about that. Mark Echo's Getting Up.
I got that.
Talib Kweli is one of my favorites.
I got the box set of that, and come with the soundtrack and a marker and all that stuff. This is the Mark Echo shirt. Mark Echo, what initially was a lot, the graffiti shirts at least were a big inspiration. A lot of my style. I would wear a lot of that stuff. But you know, it's kind of separated. The brand is kind of separated itself from that. But this is why I only bust this shirt out sometimes. It's nice vintage, as I like to say. But yeah, the old incarnation of myself was not really how I would dress in real life of the character of Facade, because in high school I would I even mentioned a little bit whenever on my Tough Enough video that I kind of was in a dark place growing up. I used to get picked on, bullied, stuff like that.
For being different?
Yeah, because I had crazy hair. Not the dreads. I had dreads when I was a senior, but I used to have wild hair all the time, dressed different, and people picked on me, made fun of me and stuff, but I would play sports, and I was good at the sports that I played. I played football, I played soccer, and so they had to respect my ability, but at the same time, it was still a thing. But until one day, I stopped wearing the dark black and red and all that stuff. I started wearing more bright colors, and it kind of, my vibrant personality started showing through, and literally stepped out of the darkness and into the light. And then one day I adopted that into wrestling because someone brought it to my attention. It's like, man, you're so bright. Why do you allow yourself to just look like everybody else and dress in like dark colors and black? I understand you're a ninja, but it's kind of drab. And this is wrestling. You gotta look the part. You gotta, a little bit of that 80s style and even 90s style inspired me to allow that to bleed through. And then, like I said, literally stepped out of the dark and into the light, and the Neon Ninja was born.
That is so gospel when you keep saying darkness into the light.
There's so many parallels in my life, man. It's crazy like that.
You're born again also?
No, I'm just saying just finding yourself and finding parts of yourself that you just coming to terms with things, you know what I mean? And just realizing being how you look and how you act from an outside perspective.
That is a great message to kids to tell them, because this bullying culture, which is transferred on, which I think has come up out of nothing, but is now getting serious because more people are stepping in to the light and talking about their bullying. I mean, I was bullied as a kid.
Yeah.
Coming this smiling black kid, not sagging his pants, and
what are you so happy for?
Yeah, I was kind of like Kofi Kingston when he first started. I was just smiling all the time, and it was just like, yo, this and that. And I spoke like this. I never sagged my jaw, and I spoke in eloquent words. So
that's the thing too. All of us that were it made us stronger people at the end of the day. That's why we're sitting here Christmas night. We're having a great time, and
and also I have a podcast, and excuse for anybody who's PG, but I got my own show, bitches.
And I'm spreading the word of wrestling and Surge and positive all over the world under the radar.
Yeah, because
literally has a ninja under the radar.
Well, the thing is that I see your shows, and then you have your merchandise and everything, merch, and it's a lot of kids that hover your table during intermission. You got the little turtle shell backpack and the Surge drinks and the shirts and your artwork, and it works for your character. I mean, it's so different. I mean, personally for you, I don't think you should change, period.
I just hope the right eyes can see that and understand that as well, because it's easy to see the kids, but if sometimes people look a little closer, it actually transcends everyone, because the kids like the character, the happy-go-luckiness of it, and it's a ninja. Who doesn't like a ninja? But those smart, if you will, hard-nosed hardcore wrestling fans, they like the style I do. You know, the high flying, the crazy acrobatics, and the other things that I bring to the table. And then there's other people that just see me as a genuine person too. So it's like the kids. I catch the kids, I catch the teenagers and what have you, and then even tonight, like there's a few grandmas and grandpas that really appreciate my work, and it really means a lot to me that people from all walks of life, the grand scope of the effect that I'm able to help people, and you know, to like everybody says, like people pay to come and forget their problems and have fun and cheer their favorite people and bully the people they hate. And we're here on Christmas, and that's what happened tonight. People come out and show their support of guys like me, and it's a remarkable thing. And just the fact that like I said, I like to try to stay positive, and just being able to spread that positive message to people, I think it's a good thing.
Well, personally for me, I'm a personal fan of you. I personally like you, no Bruno, because being Facade, you're not something that you can just take off and go when the tights come off. It's just something. The only thing that sheds up you after wrestling is the tights, not the personality. It's just like I'm Facade 24/7. I am that guy, because a lot of guys are like, I'm this guy, and when they take the gear off and put on their clothes, it's like, oh, they're just a normal guy. But you are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I actually love that. People don't believe in Shin-Blade. They think like I'm just this guy that has a podcast, and I used to be with another radio show, and the Prairie Bees and the Shy Hands are not of me, but it's 24/7. Like I'm a peaceful guy, and I'm a big hip hop fan. The traditional hip hop, not this Drake or Lil Wayne type show. I'm in positivity.
I support the backpack rats.
Well,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, to me, I'm more of a hip hop guy, where it's positive, like the '80s and stuff, like Wild Style.
Me too. She knows Wild Style. My favorite kind of graffiti, also.
Yeah, and I don't like to diss women and stuff like that, and I don't drink, I don't smoke, I vape, but no nicotine. So, but really, one of the things that pop with the kids and with the crowd, especially guys of my age, is your theme song by Vanilla Ice. I have said this in an interview on YouTube, but if people haven't seen it, you got Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. And every time I hear it, it's like the one part that everybody remembers in Turtles 2.
Ninja Rap. Yep. Vanilla Ice singing Go Ninja Go in the club with the Turtles. And then Super Shredder, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, coming in and ruining the party.
Did you actually meet Kevin Nash?
I've met Kevin Nash a few times. He knows me to see me, which is an amazing thing. I never thought growing up that one, Super Shredder, or two, Big Daddy Cool Diesel would actually know who I am. And the fact that that's a reality, it blows my mind, and I'm ever so thankful for it.
So he knows about your theme music and everything.
Yeah.
So what does he say? Did he say anything about it?
He thinks he loves the character. He likes me. So I mean, it's a crazy thing, man.
I met him at Global Force in August in Pennsylvania. And I remember, he was this big guy, and we took a picture together. I was like, man, I'm taking pictures with Super Shredder. I can't believe it.
I wish he had that suit. I'd love to get a picture of him in that suit.
You and, with the Facade gear in the suit, and him in the suit. I don't know. It's been so many years with that. Now, has Vanilla Ice tried to contact you, or?
No, I've tweeted at that guy a million times. I want him to play me out one day, play my music for me or something. Or
he's a rock guy now.
Yeah, he knows where his bread and butter, man. Right.
Well, flipping houses and stuff.
I mean, Vanilla Ice goes Amish. We know we're in Amish territory over here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, actually. That's how they say it. I get corrected all the time.
I say it both ways.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
He's a Pittsburgh Steelers guy, so I don't think they fly as much. They're Eagles people here, and I'm a Baltimore Ravens person since '08. But we're sitting down and having a great conversation.
We're men without homes over here.
Hey, wait a minute. I say this. You and I can get together, Steelers and Ravens. The only thing we share in common is our hate for the Patriots. The Tom Brady dynasty, F that guy.
Tom Brady is a devil.
Yes, he is. He's going to devil. He's going to die.
He's going to die, Tom Brady.
So you come out with this music with the Casey Jones, but you're a real Turtles fan also. We were just talking earlier that I'm not a fan of the Michael Bay movies. I'm a fan of the old '90s Turtles. Now,
everybody,
not Turtles 3 though.
Well, everybody has their favorite kids, you know what I mean? But Turtles 3 has its place. But I love Turtles 1, Turtles 2, especially for nostalgia reasons. It's hilarious. But, you know, any guy that can do any kind of karate in a rubber suit, hats off to him. And Ernie Reyes Jr. is an insanely gifted martial artist. And even to this day, like, he's an old timer now. Him and his dad is like a grand master.
His dad was in The Last Dragon, which is my favorite, one of my favorite movies.
Surf Ninjas is also an awesome movie, which has Ernie Reyes and Ernie Reyes Jr. But no, that like, so with the new Turtles movie, of course there's going to be the naysayers, people that don't like the storyline twists, things like that. I don't even want to talk about that because I don't feel like that's a thing either. Bebop,
you look stupid.
Bebop and Rocksteady are in the new one. And Sheamus is playing Bebop?
Rocksteady. Bebop had the mohawk.
Yeah.
Had the purple mohawk.
Oh, no, never mind. Okay,
No, that was the black guy.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
thinking that's Gary Anthony Williams. And then also, I think Tyler Perry is Baxter Stockman, or it was rumored. And screw Tyler Perry. He's a great entrepreneur, but his movies stink. I love his plays in entrepreneurship, but his movies stink.
Man, I can't believe he's built an empire on the day. But
and then plus, I lost a bit of respect for him after the Boondocks.
I didn't know he was in the Boondocks.
No, they played an episode depicting him. I think they depicted him as a gay, church-going, a gay Jesus freak cross-dresser that does plays and everything. He got so mad that he fired a couple of his people and threatened Turner Network because they had his shows on there that he was going to take his shows elsewhere. So they don't play it in the United States anymore. They play it in Canada and all over the world. And if you get the DVDs of the Boondocks season, I think it's season 3.
I missed the Boondocks. They don't put new episodes on anymore.
Whoa. Yeah, we don't talk about Boondocks because the 4th season, the creator Aaron McGruder dropped out and he just made episodes and that was it. But, you know, my ex-girlfriend gave me the 2nd season, which I still watch. And it's a personal favorite of mine now.
Stinkmeyer.
But, you know, as far as fans are concerned, I think we already discussed this. They're Star Wars fans. I told Facade and Dani Mo not to give away spoilers because they're giving out death threats to these people on social media. Danny, don't act like you don't know. They've been doing this on Facebook, Twitter. If you give out spoilers, you might as well die.
Jabba the Hutt dies.
Oh man, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, also another fact that I failed to touch on, that you're currently tag champions with Matt Hardy.
Yes, so it all comes full circle. Surge, once again. So, high voltage, I forget his name, what was it? Surge Overload.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy in WCW.
Matt Hardy was known as Surge Overload. And
Back in Omega days, right?
Yep, Omega. He used to be called Max or something like, I don't know, but he had to change his name or Max Voltage because those high voltage guys.
Yeah.
Those high voltage guys. We're getting to go home, fellas.
Or a guy who's asking for money.
Oh.
No, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so
I
they
get it.
got the high voltage guys came out in WCW from the power plant, and so he's like, well, no, I got to change my name. So we did, and he was Surge Overload. Anyway, fast forward to Remix Pro this year. One of the big events that we did was in Remix Pro. You know, it's a great company. We do the Throwdown for the Pound events, where all the money goes to the Humane Society for Ohio. So this year it was me and Matt Hardy getting vengeance on the nefarious characters that tried to place their hands on Dani Mo, and also costing me the rematch of AJ Styles, which I trained so hard for, and I had him locked into Dreadlock, my signature move, which you've seen before.
Yes.
It's kind of a painful thing. It's a seated cattle mutilation.
Yeah.
And they cost me the match. Long story short, Matt Hardy, he's a friend of mine from the movie, Zombies vs. Wrestlers, and I called in a favor, and he was there to make the save. And thankfully, we put those guys in their place and invented a new match in the process called, well, everybody knows Matt Hardy and Jeff, Lita, those guys, Team Extreme.
Yes.
And then myself and Dani Mo are the Neon Blondes, known collectively. And so myself, Dani Mo, and Matt Hardy are known as Neon Extreme. So we created our own match going into this, Neon Extreme rules, meaning whatever goes and search party at the end. So we beat these guys. I did a 450, try to put somebody through a table. Didn't quite put him through a table, which was astounding. And then Matt Hardy finished the job with the big splash off the top, putting homeboy through the table. We won the Remix Pro tag titles, climbed up high upon the ladder, big surge toast there with all three of us, and you know, the rest is history. Now fast forward to, what's the date?
Yeah, I was about to get you to plug your social media.
Fast forward to April 9th. This year, it's going to be myself and Matt Hardy defending those Remix Pro tag titles against the Lucha Underground All-Stars. And that is the team of Son of Havoc, Matt Cross,
Good guy.
and Johnny Mundo, John Morrison.
Okay.
So, it's a hell of a show that you're going to see. You'll see Grado versus Dalton Castle. You'll see a whole bunch more. Lots of awesome ladies wrestling on the Remix Pro shows. And you're going to see the Neon Extreme versus the Lucha Underground All-Stars, Johnny Mundo and Matt Cross.
Well,
So,
well, you know, I got
high-powered, high-flying insanity all over the place there.
Well, you know, I gotta catch that show, and I'm gonna make arrangements to make that show because Matt Cross is a good guy. Everybody seems like good guys with this Remix Pro, but you know, we're basically closing out the restaurant. So can I get your social media, people where people can find you, and then plus your movie?
Sure. You can get a hold of me at One Facade on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find my like page, search Facade, at One Facade, Facebook.com/One Facade. YouTube, I put some funny stuff on there. You can find free matches, playlists of matches online, like the Remix Pro ones, including the Matt Seidel at youtube.com. One Facade Underground. That's One Facade Underground. And also check out ProWrestlingTees.com/Facade to check out that Surge shirt. We got the Neon Ninja shirt. We got the Arashikage Driver shirt. All kinds of new stuff added there all the time. So you can check that out too.
Well, thank you very much, Facade Dani Mo, for giving us that endearing story. Well, honestly, I gotta have you back on in a couple months after Remix Pro, depending on how much time is. And I'm very honored to have this interview for the second time, but this as a solo act. And I'm gonna make sure that everybody sees it and hears it, and then also you're gonna do the same. So, with that being said, thank you very much, Facade. One of my favorites, Dani Mo, one of my favorite valets. And I'm going to end it. And I gotta say thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, check us out next time we come spin kicking, backflipping, rope walking, dreadlocking in a town near you.
All right, thank you.